Okay, good morning, class. Good morning. Right? That's how we greet each other as you were walking into my classroom. Yes, good. Now, as you guys are walking in, make sure that you are grabbing a sheet of paper that is located on the left of the classroom, okay? In the front left. You're gonna take that, you're gonna take it to your desk. Don't need to worry about that yet, okay? Don't worry about it. Just grab one, take it to your desk. That is the rubric for your assessment that we are going to be doing to complete our nutrition unit. All right. So here's the plan for today. All right. Look at the board. You guys see your project. What is your project? We have to create a 7-day, 5 to 7 day nutritional plan for us to follow. And you are taking 3 of those meals and you are making posters. That is your assessment. No, it's not a test. No, it is not a fill in the blank. It's none of that. All right. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be making these posters. So I want to see creativity and everything. But let's first review the information that is needed for us to get this done. All right. So we went through, how many lessons did we do, guys? 5. Right. This is our 6th lesson. That's going to be in our nutritional unit. All right. So first thing we went through, right, is understanding what is nutrition, right? Introductory things, right? We looked at our 7 essential nutrients, right? What they do for our bodies, okay? Why do we need to eat these things, okay? And then we looked at understanding like the food labels. Remember the assignment or the class discussion and assignment that we did, where on the whiteboard, remember I put up 5 different items, right? And we looked at the nutritional facts as a class and we answered the questionnaire, right? We looked at how many calories is in per serving, right? And then we looked at how much sugar is in each of those items. We looked at how much fiber is in those items. We looked at how much protein is in those items, right? Unsaturated fats, saturated fats, things like that, okay? And remember, when you guys went home, I asked you to do what? Yes, I asked you to find items in your home that you normally eat, take a picture of those, and then tell me the nutritional value of those, and are those things that we should be eating, okay? Some of you had a lot of similar things, right? You guys had those bubbler drinks, okay? Some of you guys had your favorite granola bars, your kind bars. Some of you had like Takis or Hot Flamins, right? You guys had a bunch of things, right? But then we looked at those and say, okay, are these things, should I be putting these things into my body, okay? And then we looked at our salts and sugars. We remember that presentation where we were going to be participating in our classroom discussion, right? At which we do, and looking at how many items that we have in our everyday meals that have high amounts of salts and sugars in them, okay? So, for example, our sugar eaters over here in the corner, right? We have a bunch of sugar on the table right now, right? You got your, raise that up for me. You got your M&Ms, good. You got your Skittles, okay? You have a Sprite, right? We looked at the sugar contents of those things, okay? Not saying all sugars are bad, but sugar can be eaten in moderation, okay? Then we looked at define what a diet is, okay? And we looked at what the fad diets, okay? Remember how I separate you guys into your little pods, into your groups? And what did you do? You looked at a fad diet. Some of you had keto, some of you did a vegetarian diet, some of you did a vegan diet, some of you did a all meat diet, which was interesting. But what you did is that you looked at, okay, how can these diets or these fad diets help me? And how can these fad diets harm me? And what are they going to do to the body, right? Long term, okay? And we looked at if they were sustainable. Now, once we did that, remember how we went through the presentation and we talked about our diets and our environments, okay? We have a lot of different cultures in the classrooms, right? We have some of us who have Italian heritage. We have German heritage. We have African American heritage. We have mixed heritage, right? We have the Hmong culture, Vietnamese culture. We have all of these different cultures in the classroom, which is actually pretty dope. All right. But what did we do? We looked at these and we looked at what they normally consist of based on their environment that you are in, right? We also talked about food deserts, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. But if we looked at our cultures, okay, some of us have very high fiber cultures, right? Very high carbohydrates, okay? All of these diets, right, that consist of different things, right? Remember which diet or which culture has the quote unquote the healthiest, which culture has the healthiest diet? Does anybody remember? Yes, the Mediterranean, right? Because we looked at it and what they normally eat, they eat a high volume of what? Vegetables, yes. Seafood, yes, okay. And fruits, okay. And then we compared the families, right? Because we had those 5 different families on the board, right? During our presentation. And then as we were going through those, we saw what they were eating, right? We had some American-based diets, right? It was a lot of processed foods. Remember that? Right? We had the Coca-Cola, we had the, you had a large portion of, you had like a lot of bagged noodles and chips and things like that, right? And then we also looked at the family that was from Mexico, yes. And they had what? A lot of beans, a lot of rice. They had a lot of poultry. They had pork, right? They had these different proteins as well. And then we looked at the Vietnamese family, right? They had a lot of good food up there. Yes, they did. I agree. Okay, but they had a lot of broths, a lot of veggies, a lot of fresh veggies, a lot of noodles, right? We can look at, right, whatever your environment is going to give you, whatever your environment is actually going to produce, that's what you're going to eat, okay? So now I'm saying this, we did this review because what you are going to do is you are going to conduct some research, all right? And you're going to conduct research on what a healthy diet is going to consist of for you. This is an individualized assignment, okay? So you're not working in groups, but you can work in groups to get this finished. So what that means is that you can go into our small groups, we can work together on our individual projects, okay? Because you guys can bounce ideas off of each other, okay? Now, for your assessment, what we are going to be working on today is that if you go to your Google Classroom, okay, so everybody pull out their Chromebooks, okay? No phones, just Chromebooks. And what you're going to do now is that you are going to go to your week 6, okay? Week 6, yes. And then you're going to go to what? Your food poster project, yes. Click on that document. And now you see what is expected of you. That's why we have the rubrics, right? So now you have a physical copy and you also have a digital copy, all right? Now, let's walk through this assignment and your assessment now. So you see that there are blanks. You see there are tables that are already created for you. You have your Monday through Friday, okay? And then Saturday and Sunday are the extra credit if you would like to do that. Now, for every day, you have your what? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you have snacks in between your breakfast and lunch and your lunch and dinner. Now, as you are filling these in, you need to tell me these components. You're going to be graded on this. You need to tell me what you're eating, and you need to tell me what is the nutritional value of this item that you're going to be eating, okay? Or this meal, all right? So, if you look at the example, it says what? For breakfast, you had what? Bacon, eggs, and what? Toast, okay? And then you're gonna tell me what is the nutritional, or what is the main nutrient in eggs? Protein, yes. For our toast. Carbohydrates, yes. Okay, bacon, it's a fat, okay? Now, from there, you are going to tell me, oh, how much am I eating of that? For your snacks, it can be whatever snack that you will like. But let's remember, we're making this to establish good eating habits. We want to have good eating habits, okay? And you're going to complete this for every single day, all right? That's why we're going to use 3 class periods, okay? So this is your project, but we're getting assigned today. It is Monday, and it is going to be due when? Wednesday, okay? So you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's due Wednesday night, all right? And then your posters that you are going to be creating, go back to your Google Classroom, go back to week 6, click on examples, so you see the posters, okay? Some of you who are more creative, okay, you can use a different platform, which is perfectly fine, right? We have paper, scissors, crayons, right? Color pencils. Or if you want to make a digital copy, make a digital copy for it, okay? That's what I prefer, all right? Now, how are we going to be graded on this? You need to have, 1, a picture of the meal, okay? From there, you need to tell me all the components of the meal, right? What foods are used to create this meal? You need to give me a recipe, right? How are you going to cook this meal? All right. And the nutritional value of the meal, and then you need to give me the benefits of eating this meal. All right, so for example, if we say my breakfast is going to be avocado toast, I'm going to have a picture of a piece of toast, some avocados on there, right, a little salt and pepper on that thing, okay? And then from there, you're going to tell me, okay, how did I make this? Oh, I ground up the avocados, I put the piece of bread in the toaster for however long that you will like. Oh, I put butter on it. And then from there, you're going to tell me the components of it. Okay. Now I need 3 of those. I don't need 1 for every single meal on your nutritional plan. Okay. I don't need that. I just need 3. So I need 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, and 1 dinner poster. Okay. If you want to do a snack, that is going to count as extra credit. I do not want boring posters. Okay. Bring out some personality. All right. If you want to put your culture in there, please do that. I want to see a cultural variety of foods. All right, because that's going to show us that even though we're all different, we still need to be able to consume these things, right, and become healthier. All right. Now, you are allowed to get started now. What I would do if I were you is that I would work on my 5-day meal plan first. And then from there, I will select 3 items from that. Okay. So if I were you, I would try to get that meal plan done today. And then from there, pick 1 of those, and then you'll do 2 tomorrow and finish the 3rd one on Wednesday. Lock it in and turn it in, okay? If you have any questions, I'll be walking around to help, all right? Please do not be afraid to ask questions, all right? I have also given you resources. If you go to the Google Classroom for week 6, resources, yes, that link, you're going to click that link, and now you have the Food Network. I gave you a recipe book, all right, to pick from. All right, so use those to create your meal plans. All right, I'm here to help. If you have any questions, please ask. I will be walking around making assistance. All right. And for those of you who need help or need extra explanation, all right, coming around to help. All right, let's get started. I can't wait to see what you guys make. I'm very excited. Okay.